Hello everyone, I'm Susan and welcome to Prana Life. Thank you for joining me for today's Vinyasa class. For this yoga class, we will be focusing on grounding. We will be doing an earth flow that focuses on the Muladhara chakra, the root chakra, in which we are trying to create more groundedness, stability, and resiliency. We'll be pretty close to the floor the whole time, and because I am getting over a shoulder impingement injury on my right shoulder, there will be no Chaturanga, Dandasana, Vinyasas in this class. If you have taken some of my other classes, you would have seen that I will often call out a Chaturanga Vinyasa or just stepping back into Downward Dog. So for this class, what we will do instead of a Chaturanga Vinyasa is a Ashtanga Namaskara, which is basically coming into a high plank. Then you come into Ashtanga Namaskara, which is knees, chest, chin on the mat like an inchworm. And then you inhale up into Cobra and then exhale back into Downward Dog. Whenever I call out the Ashtanga Namaskara Vinyasa, you do not need to do it. You can just step back into Downward Dog if you wish and hold there until the rest of us catch up with you. Also, throughout this class, I'm going to be offering some different options. It's an all-level yoga class, so I'm trying to find the comfortable range of offering options for beginners, but also options for intermediate practitioners. So I'll be practicing with that. I have a new cordless mic, so I'm not sure how it's going to sound when I'm actually in child's pose. I'll probably be keeping my forehead off the mat as I'm talking to you, and once I'm done cueing, I'll put my forehead onto the mat. So any props that you need, please grab them, blocks, straps, modify as needed, remembering to move in a pain-free range. If you enjoy this class, I ask that you like it. If you enjoy practicing with me and you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. I would be so appreciative of that. So we will start in Vajrasana, Thunderbolt pose, kneeling. Your spine is going to be straight, extended through the crown, and you're going to be resting your palms on your legs, closing your eyes. And we're just going to start by doing long inhales into the belly, past the belly button, long exhales, starting to ground. Keeping our awareness on our breath. If your mind is spinning, focusing on your breath will help slow your mind down and hopefully bring it into a still space. Inhaling through the nose, deep into the belly. Exhaling through the nose. If anything is bothering you, maybe you've had a challenging day, just leave it off your mat. This is your time. Your self-care, your self-love for you on the mat. So you're just focused on your breath. And then once we start flowing, you'll be focused on your body movement if that helps to keep your mind still, more than focusing on your breath. So continuing to inhale through the nose, deep into the belly. Exhale through the nose. Releasing stress hormones from the blood, starting to trigger a parasympathetic rest and digest nervous system state. And we will be doing 5 rounds of box breathing. We'll be inhaling for 5, holding for 5, exhaling for 5, and holding for 5, just to continue to ground and get our mind and body in a good state to really encourage that root chakra to resonate. So inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing and counting on your own for 2 rounds. Last round, inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Opening up your eyes. And we're going to be coming into Balasana, wide leg child's pose. My floor is creaky. I'm on a very old floor, old house. So your toes are touching in the back, and you're going to be lowering down. Your arms are extended, placing your forehead on the mat. Continuing long, smooth breaths. Inhaling through the nose, deep into the belly. Exhaling through the nose. Our body is touched to the earth, and we're going to be using this child's pose Balasana to ground. So as you inhale, if your mind is racing, you can either bring your awareness to your breath, or if it's more comfortable for you, you can bring your awareness to what your body is doing. We'll be here for about maybe 8 more breaths. Last inhale, deep into the belly. Last exhale. Walking your hands to the left side of the mat and then bringing your forehead down again. Your right hand will be going over the top of your left hand, lowering your forehead to the ground, stretching the right side body, continuing to inhale through the nose deep into the belly, exhale through the nose, trying to find that stillness, that calmness within. Last inhale through the nose, deep into the belly. Last exhale. And then slowly walking those hands over to the right side of the mat. Right hand comes down, left hand goes on top of right hand, forehead to the floor. Now stretching the left side body. Remembering if your mind is jumping, you can keep your awareness on your breath to try to still your mind, or if more comfortable, you can keep your awareness on any sensations in your body. Last inhale. Long exhale. Walking your hands back to the center of the mat for a few breaths. Forehead to the floor. Long inhales. Long exhales. Grounding. Finding stability. Resilience. Inhaling up to tabletop, and we're going to be coming into puppy pose. And we have a couple options here for depending on what's comfortable for your body. You can just extend your arms and come down as this, and you're trying to get your hips over your knees. Or if you've practiced puppy pose before, you can bring your chest down to the mat to really open up that heart space. So I'm going to do that once I stop talking so the mic doesn't muffle. We'll be holding here for about 8 breaths. Slowly coming up to your forearms, and then coming back to embryo, child's pose, balasana, forehead to the mat for a few breaths. Extending the arms forward, forehead to the mat, just for a couple of breaths. We're going to be inhaling and waving slowly through into a cobra. Long exhale, coming back into child's pose, balasana. Long inhale, coming into cobra. Long exhale, child's pose. Inhale into cobra, mindful movement. Exhale back into child's pose. 2 more. Long inhale into cobra. Long exhale into balasana, child's pose. Long inhale into cobra. Opening up the body's tissues slowly. Long exhale back into child's pose. Remaining here for a few breaths. Once again, grounding to the earth, forehead to the floor. Keeping awareness on your breath or any sensations you're feeling in your body. Inhaling into our first downward dog, pedaling the feet. Any movement you wish for your feet or your legs, just to warm the body up. Grounding through the hands and the feet. Holding here for a few breaths. Continuing long, smooth breaths, inhaling through the nose deep into the belly. Exhaling through the nose. Trying to encourage a sense of stillness in the body, just grounding, stability, resilience. Inhaling and stepping the right foot through the hands, coming into a crescent moon lunge. So we have a couple options here. You can keep your hands on your top of your thigh like this. If you wish, you can also tuck your toes for an active pose. It gives you some more balance if you don't think you have good balance in this pose. Or you can keep your toes passive and extend your arms up. Steady breaths into a lightly engaged core, breathing past the diaphragm into the belly. Exhale, placing hands to mat. Stepping back into our high plank, and this is the Ashtanga Namaskara. So you're doing knees, chest, chin. Inhaling into cobra, and then exhaling back into downward dog. Inhaling, stepping the left foot through the hands. Extending arms overhead if you wish. Steady breaths into a lightly engaged core. Exhale, hands to mat. Ashtanga Namaskara Vinyasa. Holding in downward dog for 5 breaths. Closing your eyes here if you wish to continue grounding through the hands and the feet. Inhaling, stepping the right foot through the hands, returning the crescent moon lunge. Toes passive or toes active, your choice. Extending the arms overhead. We have an option to bring hands in prayer and twist over the knee, looking to the right. Or arms extended overhead, arms parallel to the floor, twisting to the right. Steady breaths into a lightly engaged core. Exhale, palms to the floor, stepping back to plank, Ashtanga Namaskara Vinyasa. Coming into downward dog. Inhaling, stepping the left foot through the hands, extending arms overhead, and either bringing hands in prayer, twisting to the left, or your second option is to keep those arms parallel to the floor and twist to the left. Exhale, palms to the floor, flowing through your vinyasa. Coming into downward dog, holding for 5 breaths. Closing your eyes here if you wish. Inhale, stepping the right foot through the hands. Extending arms overhead. Again, toe can be passive, left toes, or active. My toe is active right now, and then my left toes are passive. So we're going to be dropping down our right arm. Your fingers may not touch the floor, which is okay. And we're going to just be doing basically a stretch on the left side body. Remembering to move in a pain-free range. Steady breaths into a lightly engaged core. Exhale, hands back to the floor, flowing through your vinyasa. Coming into downward dog. Inhaling as you step the left foot through the hands, coming into crescent moon lunge, extending arms overhead. And when ready, lowering that left arm down. Maybe your fingers touch the floor, maybe not. Maybe this is where you stay, which is fine. Maybe you try to touch the floor and get a really nice side stretch. Exhale, palms to the floor, flowing through your vinyasa. Coming into downward dog and holding for 5 breaths. Stepping the right foot through the hands again, coming into lizard. And we have a couple options here. You can drop that left leg and make the toes passive. This is often an easier pose to hold. You'll be opening up your chest, looking upward. And if you're looking for more of a challenge, you can tuck those left toes, make them active, and bring up that left leg so your left leg is active. Steady breaths into a lightly engaged core here. Remembering to breathe past the diaphragm into the belly. If you have an active left leg, you're going to drop that knee to the floor and you're going to be coming into a half split. Your choice to keep your left toes active or lay them on the floor to make them passive. Inhaling and slowly coming up, and we're transitioning into lounging lizard. So you're going to swing that right foot over perpendicular to your yoga mat as you lift up and extend your right arm and you lower your left hip to the mat. The right arm becomes parallel to the floor, looking over the open palm of the right hand. Holding here. You may not be able to touch your hip to the ground. It may be too tight. So just going as far as you can to find that edge. Holding here, breathing past the diaphragm into the core. Last inhale, exhale as you twist, bringing that right palm to the mat, stepping the right foot back, coming into plank, and then flowing through your vinyasa. Coming into downward dog. When ready, stepping the left foot through the hands, coming into lizard. Your choice to have an active right leg with the toes active, or again, you can put that right knee down, make the right toes passive. Either way, make sure that your chest is open and you're gazing up towards the ceiling. Steady breaths into a lightly engaged core. Exhale as you transition into half split. Last inhale. Exhale as you transition and start to bring that left foot out perpendicular to your mat, and your right leg is straight and extended as we come into lounging lizard. Remembering to move in a pain-free range, resting when needed in your pose of choice. Exhale as we swing that left hand down to the mat, step the left foot back and come into our vinyasa. Coming into downward dog, grounding through the hands and the feet. Eyes can be closed here. Awareness is either on your breathing, it could actually be on the sensation in your palms and your feet, grounding through the earth, rooting down. With the next inhale, you're just going to walk your hands out to a plank, and then exhale as you lower onto your belly, coming into crocodile pose for a few breaths. We'll be coming into bow pose, so you want to put your forehead onto the mat, reach your arms back and grab your feet. And when ready, you're going to exhale up, kicking those feet up, trying to lift the chest off the mat as much as you can, holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, releasing the feet, coming back to crocodile pose. We'll be coming into locust pose, and you have a couple options here. You can do a half locust. Your palms are going to be on the floor by your hips, by your legs, your forehead on the mat. And for half locust, you're just going to lift up the lower half of your body. So you can choose this, or you can come into a full locust pose. So when ready, exhaling, coming into your choice of locust, holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Returning to crocodile pose. We'll be remaining in crocodile pose, letting our heart rate slow down as your respiratory rate slows down as well. Inhaling through the nose, deep into the belly. Exhaling through the nose. If you've generated a little bit of internal heat in your body and you wish to cool off, you can always choose to exhale through your mouth until your heart rate and respiratory rate slows down. Just letting your body lay on the earth, the ground, Finding that stability, that resilience. If your mind is spinning, just remembering to keep your awareness on your breath, or perhaps on the sensation of your body just laying on the ground. Inhaling, putting your palms by your chest and pushing up into tabletop and transitioning into child's pose embryo for a few breaths. Continuing to ground, forehead to the floor. Inhaling into tabletop, and we're going to be coming into frog pose. You might want to use a block to put underneath your hips. You're going to be spreading those knees. You want to make sure that your ankles are directly in line with your knees, your toes are flexed, dorsiflexion on the feet, and perhaps you just come onto your forearms. You may have some blocks underneath your hips to support you if you wish. If not, you may just be here. So waiting for those tissues to open up. Inhaling through the nose deep into the belly, exhaling through the nose. Perhaps you remain here for a few breaths until you think those tissues open enough for you to lower your chest onto the mat. And perhaps doing crocodile hands and putting your forehead back onto your hands. Last inhale. Exhale, palms come to the floor as you bring your heels into your bottom and push yourself up. Bringing your knees together and coming into Balasana Child's Pose, just extending those arms forward. We're only here for a few breaths, letting our ligaments and our connective tissues bounce back from that deep stretch in frog pose. Inhaling up into tabletop, crossing the ankles, rolling back to seated, and coming into staff pose Dandasana. Your toes are flexed gently. Your palms are on the floor by your hips. You can close your eyes here if you wish. Your spine is straight, extending through the crown. Just taking a few more moments just to ground. Trying to keep that body as close to the earth as possible. Opening your eyes, and we'll be coming into a seated forward fold. So reaching for your toes, ensuring your hips are squared, and lowering down. And you want to continue long, smooth breaths deep into the belly, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. allowing the seated finishing asana to help really soothe your nervous system, finding that parasympathetic rest and digest state, and just allowing yourself to ground, stilling your mind. Last inhale. Exhale, returning to staff pose Dandasana. Palms are on the floor by your hips. Holding here for a couple breaths. Bending the right knee and putting the right foot over the left knee. We're going to come into half Lord of the Fishes, but we're going to keep our left leg straight and extended. So you will be extending that right arm up, placing it behind your hip, extending the left arm up, and when you're ready, twisting to the right, a gentle twist. Continuing those long, smooth breaths, inhaling and exhaling through the nose deep into the belly. Closing your eyes here if you wish. Last inhale. Exhale as you return to face the front again. And I'm going to change my position so you can see me. So you're like this. We're actually going to do a half shoelace. So you're going to position that right leg over the left. This is a really challenging pose for me, so I'm not going to be doing much more than this. If you feel a good stretch in your hip here, then perhaps this is where you stay. If you think you can go into a deeper stretch without finding pain in that stretch, so remembering to move in a pain-free range, then perhaps just bringing your arms forward until you find that edge of tightness, and then holding here, closing your eyes if you wish, continuing the long, smooth breaths, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And if you feel any pain in this pose, in your knee, your hip, your lower back, you want to ease up off the pose. Just trying to ground, palms on the floor, legs and bottom on the floor. Receiving that grounding energy that causes stability and resilience in our body's subtle energy flow. Last inhale. Exhale as you slowly come up, and we're going to be moving this right leg somewhat like a head to knee forward fold as we then come up onto our knee and come into what would be a half gate pose. And perhaps you just extend the left arm over, or perhaps you can open up your chest a little bit more and have a little baby back bend. Steady breaths into a lightly engaged core. Last inhale. Exhale, slowly lowering back down to your mat. And then I'm going to return back to facing this way. We're in staff pose, Dandasana. And when ready, we're going to bend the left knee and do half Lord of Fishes on the opposite side. Raising the right arm up, extending it, straightening the spine. And when ready, we're going to be twisting to our left. Trying to keep that spine straight through the crown. And if comfortable, gazing over your left shoulder. Last inhale. Exhale as you return to face the front of your mat. Now I'm going to change the position so I'm facing the camera. So we are like this. We're going to come into half shoelace. Again, bending that left knee, tucking the ankle a little bit close to the body. Right leg is extended, slight dorsiflexion on the toes. And perhaps this is tight and this is your edge and this is where you stay, which is fine. If you're looking for a deeper stretch, you can start to walk those hands forward, almost doing a seated forward fold over your left leg. Closing your eyes if you wish. I always love closing my eyes in the finishing asana in which you're seated because it really helps me to find some stillness in my mind. Inhale, slowly rising up. And we're going to be somewhat coming into, again, a head to knee forward fold position with that left knee leaning forward, coming up on the knee, getting the right foot extended, and coming into our gate pose for this side of the body. Extending the right arm. Steady breaths into a lightly engaged core. Last inhale. Exhale as you slowly lower back down to the mat. Coming into staff pose Dandasana, I will continue to face the camera. And we're going to be coming into Baddha Konasana, butterfly. So you're going to be bringing your feet together, getting your hands and your thumbs, and prying your feet open almost like you're reading a book. Some people may wish to have blocks under their knees if they don't have good flexibility yet. And you have a couple options here. You can get your elbows and put them basically into the nook right here and lean forward and just use your elbows to push those knees toward the floor, remembering to move in a pain-free range. And perhaps this is where your edge of tightness is and you remain here. Or you could be here for about 5 breaths. Remembering to inhale through the nose, deep into the belly, exhaling through the nose. And once you feel that edge of tightness starting to ease up, you can then come down lower if you wish. Closing your eyes in this pose, if it helps you find more stillness within, helps you ground. Last inhale. Exhale as you slowly rise up. You're going to be extending your spine straight from tailbone up through your crown, holding here just for a breath or two. And when ready, you're going to put your left hand on your right knee and just twist to the right for a couple of breaths. Receiving all the grounding energy the earth can offer us. Inhale, exhale as you rotate to the other side. Coming into Staff Pose Sandasana and just shaking out your legs a little bit. I'm going to return back to facing this way, the front of my mat or my yoga blanket. And when your legs feel fairly comfortable and relaxed, you're just going to scooch forward on your mat, put your arms out and roll onto your back. We'll be doing one bridge pose. So preparing your feet are fairly close together. Coming up into bridge, you want to keep your knees as close together as possible. Palms are on the floor. And when ready, exhaling, coming into your bridge pose, you can actually do a yoga mudra on the floor to help binding your fingers together, keeping those knees together and pushing those hips up, up, up to the sky. Tightening the glutes, strengthening the core. Steady breaths into a lightly engaged core. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly exhale. Lowering your back to the floor. And when ready, coming into cannonball, grabbing your feet. Just doing a little tuck pose. And then returning just for a couple breaths into a constructive rest position. Your knees are together. Your lower back should be up against the floor. For people that have a sensitive back, this is a great pose. Letting our heart rate slow down, our respiratory rate. Bridge can build some heat in the body. It can increase the heart rate and respiratory rate slightly. Grounding back down through the earth. And when ready, we're going to be coming into either a double knee twist or cat pulling its tail. So the first option would be dropping your knees over to the right-hand side, coming into a double knee twist. That left arm is extended out perpendicular to the body. If comfortable, you can be looking over your left hand. If that hurts your neck, just continue to gaze up. And if you wish to add a little bit more challenge, you're going to do cat pulling the tail. You're going to swing that right leg over so you can grab the foot and come into a twisted version of cat pulling its tail. Closing your eyes here if you wish. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose, deep into the belly. Long, smooth breaths. Again, using your full contact of your body on the mat, on the earth, the floor, to get that grounding sensation. Last inhale. Exhale as you come back onto your back. Bring your knees up to point towards the sky and just windshield wiper those legs back and forth a few times before switching to the other side. Either choosing a double knee twist on the other side, or you can do a cat pulling its tail. I'll be doing a double knee twist on this side because my right shoulder is still healing from the shoulder impingement, and this feels like a great stretch. Closing your eyes here if you wish. Grounding, finding that still space. Letting your body become heavy on the mat. Last inhale. Exhale as you return to lay flat on your back and windshield wiper those legs back and forth again. And we'll be transitioning into Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound butterfly, arms extended overhead. If this is uncomfortable on your back because there's a slight arch, you can bring your legs, your knees into constructive rest, and you can still get those arms extended overhead, opening up that heart space, anahata, source of energy. Closing your eyes in whichever pose you're in. Letting everything really slow down. Using your body to ground on the floor, the earth. And when ready, transitioning into Shavasana. And allowing your body to become heavy on the mat as you just relax and let go. Your jaw is soft. Your tongue is relaxed. Closing your eyes if you wish. And continuing long breaths deep into the belly. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Allowing yourself to find some stillness and rest. Starting to wiggle the fingers and toes to bring some awareness back into the body. Extending arms overhead for one big body stretch. Placing hands behind your legs and rocking, just giving your spine a little massage, rocking back and forth on your mat. And when ready, coming into easy pose, Sukhasana. Spine is straight, extending through the crown. Closing your eyes here. Placing your palms on your legs. Taking a few more centering breaths. Embracing the knowledge you are infinite. Bringing hands in prayer, Anjali Mudra, to the heart space. Holding gratitude for this time and practice on our mats today. Bringing hands in prayer, Anjali Mudra, to the third eye chakra. Honoring the sacred light in each of us. Bowing. Namaste. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to practice yoga with you today. I hope this earth flow has left you feeling more grounded, calm, centered, resilient. May your day be filled with harmony and your soul with light and love. and I look forward to soon seeing you on the mat again. Be well.